Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to X. Welcome to, I don't know where we are, but it looks really cool. And I wanted to change it. We're going down some kind of river. It looks very nice. This is kind of what I want to do. I'm kind of like relaxing. I've got a beautiful one in London that's coming up as well. So, yeah, that'd be a nice one. But this one is, I just felt nice and relaxing. But, Brenny, how you doing, my friend?
All good, all good, all good, all good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the international break. Really, I know most people hate it, but I'm loving it. I can't wait. It's going to be at least 2 weeks off, so yeah, I'm can't wait. I'll still do some Arsenal content because that's just what I do. But yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a break because I need it. It feels like these games just keep coming at the moment. It's like non-stop. It's like having to do a preview on the Tuesday for the Tuesday game, and and we've got obviously Southampton this weekend, so we've got to do another preview on Friday, and we're like, oh geez, yeah, it's trying to find the time to do everything, but yeah, it's all good, it's all fun in the end.
Good stuff.
Funny enough, I created a. I'm not saying you are going to fail, by the way, at future challenges, but. Obviously, I had a failure yesterday when I did the PSG Arsenal preview. There was a fail, and I actually deleted my old auto fail video because I didn't like it. So I've got a new one now. It's a bit more funny because I'm not saying you will fail on Friday, but. It does happen. People forget because they put Ben White in, and Ben White's like properly out. So, yeah. But the team yesterday that was a 10 by Nicholas. I don't know if you got to see the show, but absolutely.
Yes, I did. Team. Yeah,
fantastic team he put together. I have to be honest. And this leads me on to say PSG obviously are definitely a very good team. You saw that last night. They are a very good team. Yeah. Yes, they're lacking something up front, but they're dealing with things out of their control with Dembele and stuff. But I just thought we defended. It's weird again. I keep banging on about this, but it reminds me of Georgie Graham. Our defense is just so resolute.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
Definitely.
It's so important. I know we play a different style of football than we did under George. It's very risky as well with passing it back. But I don't ever feel nervous unless Zinchenko's in there. If Zinchenko's in there, I'm nervous. But when I'm watching Calafiori, Kivior, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, White, any of those, even Lewis Skelly, to be fair, when he's been there as well, I don't feel nervous. It's quite nice. Well, I'm enjoying it.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling at the back because, basically, and we all know defenses win you titles. And I know you've got to score goals to win games, but it's so important with the clean sheets and the fact that we got 2 clean sheets in Europe now. And I just think this backline, regardless of minus Zinchenko, I think whoever comes into this backline. We'll come in and do a job.
Yeah, and
and for me as well as that, if he figures this season when he gets back from injury, almost win, Kieran Tierney, I don't think will get out of place in this team.
No,
because I'm still a Tierney fan, and I still think he has a part to play. Forget the inverted bollocks and all of that, but I still think he has an important part to play. Zinchenko, as we've said, I just want to see him in midfield. I never want to see him at left back ever again. And I was very pleased. I was very pleased with the performances of our fullbacks yesterday, even though Timber went off. Was that a precaution?
Yeah, it just had a bit of a muscle strain. Yeah.
Because at the start, I missed the first couple of minutes of the second half, and then a few minutes there, I'm like, oh, there's no Timber.
That probably made you panic a bit. You're like, what's happened there? But no. It shows again with Calafiori how versatile that guy is. The fact that he played right back as comfortable as he did left back, to be fair. So it's looking good with what
Well,
we've got at the
yeah,
moment.
and he was very comfortable. He's looking fantastic at the back, the versatility we got. And that's all we've ever asked for. It is a throwback to the Graham days where he had players at the back. He had players that can come in. Um, apart from Gus Caesar used to make me nervous, but
Yeah.
but other than that, but yeah. So,
Yeah.
but whoever he brought in came in and did a job. If there was no Lee Dixon, Steve Morrow can come in. Steve Morrow did a job, and even Morrow played in midfield at times. So and you had left back as well. If there was, I mean, Nigel Winterburn. To be honest, he was rarely injured or suspended. So
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you who'd fill in at left back for him. Okay, so I can't remember. But,
I'll be honest, I
yeah,
can't think of
was.
anyone. Mm.
Yeah, because he was because players back in those days, there was so many ever presence back in them day, weren't they?
Yeah.
In every game, League Cup as well. So, but no, so happy with how we defended last night as a unit, and yeah, couldn't be. I thought everybody on that pitch put a shift in yesterday.
Yeah, I'm happy with everyone yesterday again, and I like that. And everyone knows how much I quite happy to have Party leave, but last night I thought Party was really, really good. And guess what? I can say that because that's the type of fan I am. I might not want him at our club, but he did a really, really good game last night. I was very impressed with him. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get on to obviously ratings in a bit. But big up to Chris's wishes. I'm guessing you don't wish you were here with me in Wolverhampton, but you wished you were down that. I don't know where that is. I need to find out where that is because it looks amazing. It's palm trees.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because I think I know what it is, boy. It's because we're both fans, isn't it? That is and Chris, you'll be listening to this as well. That is Miami twice, the Only Fools and Horses episode where Del and Rolly went to Miami, and I think that's the scene just before they meet Boise, Marlene, and Tyler.
You reckon? You reckon that's what it is? The Everglades.
Could be. Who knows?
I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find out because it looks stunning. Not the greatest PSG, I agree, but they've got a lot of youth, a lot of very.
Oh yeah, there's Donachetti's son over there with a shotgun.
God. Oh my word! I predicted a draw. A few others did. Yeah, to be fair, I did. Temi did as well. I didn't think it would be. I wouldn't say it was easy because it wasn't. It was a very hard fought win. But
no,
I have to be honest. It's weird me saying this, but Donnarumma really disappointed me last night. He's one of those. I think.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Ozzy Guna is obviously a massive fan of Donnarumma. I am as well, to be fair. If someone said Donnarumma's available for 10 million quid, do you want him? I'd go yes,
of course,
in a heartbeat and drop Raya. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I would.
Yeah.
But last night, my God, he didn't look good at all. I'll be honest. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. That's why the second goal surprised me a bit because of his quality.
Yeah. It's well known that he is one of the best in the world. It's not just me that says that. Yeah. Ask any football expert; they all say it. He is one of the best in the world. And I'll be honest, I'm like, that is really bad performance last night. I don't know what kind of rating he's got, but that was shocking. I'll be honest. The only thing that I thought he did really well, a few good collections, but when I think it was Raya put the ball through for Martinelli in the first half.
Yes.
And he came out
really well to get that.
That was really good. But that was it, apart from the obvious catches that you kind of expect him to make anyway. But Yeah, Donnarumma was quite disappointing, if I'm honest. But the rest of the team, I thought were quite good. We kept Barcola quiet, which is nice. But yeah, I was quite impressed by that. Yeah, you need to still score despite a good defence, but can't just settle 0-0 every game, which I would bloody take at the moment as Carlisle fan. I don't know what happened in the Carlisle game, mate. I'll be honest, but I'm guessing it wasn't good. When I got back for the second half of the Arsenal game, as I walked out of the Carlisle game, I'm guessing it wasn't good. People from school trying to add me on socials after 9 years last. Oh, jeez. yeah, I get that. Yeah, I have similar situation now, and I'm like, nah, not interested. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. But anyway, let's talk about this game. Obviously, all the goals were in the first half. I thought the first half were very good.
We were.
Second half, it's kind of what I expected. You know, you change a position. Timber was very, very good again.
Yeah,
and obviously I'm not knocking Kivior when I say this, but Kivior is a different type of defender where he can't do what Calafiori was doing on the left. So obviously you play a slightly different way. Obviously PSG were chasing a goal, had a few chances to be fair to them, but we'll get onto the stats in a minute. You'll see how well they did and how well we defended. But Havertz goal, my God.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy. I feel like a proud parent of Kai. I'm just like, I'm so proud of you. But no, he's honestly, he's not had a 6 game this season. He's always been a 7+. Last night I thought he was fantastic. He worked his little socks off. And that kind of cross and that kind of header, he's not a striker. Most strikers will pull out of that, and he's up against Donnarumma. That's basically like going against Great Khali in WWE.
Yeah,
you know, some strikers would back out. He didn't back out, so good on Kai.
No,
but what did you make of it? Because I just thought I was so proud, really was.
I tell you what, you know what? Whenever we score those types of goals, you don't see that very often. But we used to see those goals very often when we were kids. And you know what? That's something that I'll tell you what, if John Hartson, Ian Wright as well, no matter, you know, for his small frame, Ian Wright can leap like Les Ferdinand. Alan Smith. Those types of goals, those bread and butter goals, because they were the types of goals that they would score.
Yeah.
And you know, and it was like he knew he was going to get there first, and he wanted. And what I loved about Kai last night was how much he wanted that. He wanted that, and that's something that we've seen with Havertz this season. You know, it's not just about his goals or, you know, assists or bringing others into the game. He's hungry for everything right now, and that goal was testament to the way he's performed this season.
Oh yeah,
so far it was a brilliant goal,
Yeah,
and we got to pay homage to the work that Trossard put in for that as well.
Yeah, to be honest, like
fantastic assist.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock any of our players last night. I thought they all put a shift in. When some players may have done a stupid pass or something, but they still had a better performance. Even though a slack pass like Declan Rice could have put through Saka, but it was a bit of a poor pass, if I'm honest. But overall, I'm not going to knock any of them because I thought they did really well. Right, we'll move on to Saka before we get into the comments because they are building up. The Saka obviously was direct from a free kick. That this is where Donnarumma was like, no. He looked more like a trying to think of a really bad goalkeeper we've had, which is quite a few of them.
Manuel Almunia.
Right. Well, I'm going to go with Richard Wright because you know how much I hate Ipswich. But no, that was awful goalkeeping. No one touched it. No. Yes, there were players in front of him, but this is meant to be the best of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awful, but obviously, well done Saka and well done Partey and everyone else that got in the way. But yeah, what did you make of the second goal though overall?
Second goal, at first I actually thought Party got a touch to that, but he didn't. And like I said, I thought, oh, where's this going? I thought myself, it's the keepers. And then as soon as I heard the crowd and the ball in there, I was really surprised. I didn't know whether to jump at first or what. I just thought, oh, don't tell me the ref somehow gonna just check this out on VAR or there was a foul. And when I saw nothing was given, then I punched the air, you know. So it was. I mean, to be honest, that saying it's like with Saka yesterday. If that hadn't gone in, I think he would have. We would have added a second goal through him or an assist from him last night. Really.
Yeah. I think if it was 1-0 at halftime, I still think we would have been resolute and still would have won the game. I just felt that we were so stubborn in our defending, and we were so good. I'm so proud of us last night. It's probably one, as I was saying to Brenny before we started the stream. It's a game I've not been so proud of us in the Champions League for such a long time. We've all talked about our Champions League performances, and they haven't been great. Last night, that was a proper Champions League performance. You get the lead, you shut it down. You know, you don't need to go for 5-6-0. This is PSG. This is not trying to be nice to some, like a Karabag or someone like that. This is not a small team. Yeah. This is PSG. They're a big name. They were a big name many years ago, and as much as I don't like them nowadays, they're still a big name. But yeah, it's
they're still a good side as well. They will win a few games.
Fantastic! Oh, crikey! Yeah.
They're still a good side. I mean, you know, I thought we were going to beat them 2-1, and I knew it'd be a tough game. But they are no mugs. You know, they're no mugs. And you
Definitely
know,
not.
like I said, I weren't even expecting a clean sheet last night. But you know, it's a testament to how the boys have been playing, especially at the back. And you know, it's like the way they're probably feeling, and they're probably thinking, "Hey, Real Madrid cannot break us down right now."
Well, this is the thing. That kind of performance last night will send a few shockwaves into the big boys, because they're like, "Oh, hang on, what the hell are we going to do here?" You know, this is PSG. The PSG. I did the stats yesterday. You know, they're scoring for fun in France at the moment. Yes, it's France, but you know, they still have to do it.
Exactly.
You know, Desire Doué, well scouted by us as well as Bayern Munich. Absolute amazing talent. Barcola, he's been doing it at international level as well, not just at French level. Who else did they have? Kang in as well. He's very, very good last night. João Neves, we kept him pretty quiet. So, you know, one of the highest rated midfielders in the world at the moment. Hakimi, yes, he definitely caused us problems, but we still managed to keep him quiet as well. But yeah, I said to Brenny before we started this stream, I'd quite happily take 8 of their players already straight into our squad. And I do say squad, I don't say first team, I say squad, because that's what's important to me. Because that's how good they are. You know, so I'm not one of those that goes, excuse me, that just goes, you know, they're an easy mark. Not a single team in Europe is an easy mark. They're all in Champions League for a reason. They're all there for a reason. They're quality. Yes, I suppose you could look at Celtic and Dortmund last night, but Celtic, who did they beat last week? They beat someone last week, didn't they, in their first Champions League? No, 2 weeks ago. But Dortmund.
I watched the game. They beat someone. Was it not someone Bratislava? Was it one of those sides?
No, it was a very good performance. Yeah,
it was
a very good performance. So, you know, and you know, our draw in Atalanta, we all discussed about Atalanta. It was never going to be easy to beat them over there.
No.
And the main thing is we came away with a draw. So I'm delighted with the draw. But we now got 4 points from 6, so it's all good. Anyway, let's get back into the comments. 2-0 down at half. Oh, geez. And we decided to turn up for the last 30 minutes. Nothing has changed at all. Wasted my time again. We are a yes club. The club only cares about stupid fan zones. Unfortunately, that is pretty much most teams now, if I'm honest. Obviously, kind of know quite a lot about that kind of stuff, and I think it's because they want to be close to the fans, but it does get a little bit OTT sometimes, if I'm honest, especially with Wolves. They actually corner off a car park and have like some kind of amusement park there sometimes. It's fun, but at the end of the day, it's football. What I would suggest for fan zones and stuff like that is try and curb down the language, so then families will still want to go to football games. Because I know I saw some stuff this morning that was sent to me about they're not happy about the atmosphere at Arsenal. And I'm like, we all know what this is about. It's all to do with the way that we sell tickets, and all clubs do it. It's not just us. I'm not having a pop at just Arsenal. It's these tourist tickets. I call them. You get a football football ticket with your holiday and all that kind of stuff. You get a lot of those fans going. You look at those PSG fans, the ultras. I love them. I wanted to hug every single one of them. They were losing 2-0. They were still singing their little hearts out. I love them. But if you remember when we went to Lens, that atmosphere was that last season we went to Lens.
Yes,
that atmosphere is how we should be having it. We should have that type of atmosphere. Make our place an absolute. I remember Highbury was a nightmare sometimes. Like deafen me. I'd literally sometimes come out of Highbury and I was like literally deaf for a good half an hour because it was just so loud.
That's right.
And I know, is it called the Ashburton Army? I know they're trying their best. But how about fans just show some bit more passion when you go? That's all. You're not there watching a tennis match. You're there watching.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, mate. The club only cares about stupid fans. Mummy, don't look at this. No one cares. Get results and pitch, even on a muddy, horrible pitch. Yeah, the pitches aren't great at the moment, are they? Temi saying, evening, AI Bobby. I won't be AI on Friday, I promise. We won their
evening, Tem.
Yeah, to be fair, Tem, even you went 1-1 last night as well. So yeah, but yeah, I can't blame Williamson at all. His players and not see it star, but I blame the owners for that pay. 200,000 for someone who couldn't cope at MK Johnson. Wants to speak about XG nonsense. Welcome to the new world of football, mate. It's horrible. But yeah, XG, XA. I can't remember what it's called now. What is it? There's another X that I have to deal with. No one else has to deal with it, but I have to deal with another X, and it's to do with goalkeeping saves. It is ridiculous. I hate it, but I have to deal with those stats. I'm never going to put those in my show. I can promise you that. Richard Wright. Wow, that is yes, not a name I treasure, if I'm honest. PSG going right way, getting rid of egos. Yes, in dressing room they still going to win that lollipop league. Yeah, I have to be honest. It kind of says quite a lot about the French league, if I'm honest. But they still did a very good effort last night. People like to move goalpost lads on any team when they win. Oh, they're rubbish anyway. We had this yesterday before the game started, and I kept my mouth shut because I was like, you kind of need to understand PSG a little bit better if you just want to knock them. But PSG, if they had beat us last night, as long as our performance was great, I wouldn't have had a moan because. I still know PSG are a good team. So as much as it would upset me, if Arsenal would put 100% performance in and we still lost, I'd be like, okay, it is what it is. That's one of those. But if we obviously lost at home to Slovan Bratislava, then yes, I'll have a lot to say.
It was them, yeah.
but but yeah, that was obviously the team that Celtic beat, I think. But yeah, yeah, language. That's me. No, do you know what I mean? It's there's language, and which we all expect at football games, right? But then there's certain language which you guarantee you wouldn't say out of a side of a football stadium, but for some reason they think it's acceptable inside a football stadium, and I'm like, I guarantee you wouldn't say that in the street. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
That's the language I want removed because it's just inappropriate. My son at some point wants to go football with me, wants to see what I enjoy, and I'm like, I'd love to, but it doesn't feel comfortable me knowing he's going to hear stuff that I don't want him hearing at all. So maybe one day, but not right now. Chojo hates my language. He always says, please stop swearing. Oh, I've got no issues with swearing. Guarantee the amount of players that swear whilst they're playing the game, which is the reason why we don't have those mics like they do in the rugby. And I've said this, this is the problem. The players are horrendous with swearing. That's the thing that needs to be changed. Only thing me and Gigi is not Williamson. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't, is it? Because he came in after your window closed. So yeah, hopefully gets a little bit of help in January. Liverpool had it when experts say Manchester United slot first test. When we beat them, it's like, well, it's Man United. It's mental, isn't it? It's mental. Someone heard me over the commentary at the game last night conceding the goals. I love it. Right, let's get into the stats. Right, so possession-wise, now this is mainly second half was the main contributor of this. 35% for Arsenal, 65% for PSG. As I said, PSG were trying their best to try and get a goal, so obviously they dominated possession in the second half. And I've said this about Arteta. Sometimes he's absolutely fine about that because he knows that his units work very well, just protecting the goal. So I've got no issues with this. 6 shots for Arsenal, 10 for PSG, 5 shots on target, 2 for PSG. Just the 1 corner for us, 5 for them. Final third phase passing again is a little bit off, 70%. I don't like it. Final third phase for them. This is what I'm saying. PSG are a top team. They can get the 86% in the final third. Yes, they didn't score a goal. Blah 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 blah. But that's the type of percent we need to be, like, constantly. And, if PSG can do it against us, then surely we can do it against PSG. But it's still not great. XG for people that love it, Chris, I already know you do. 0.76 for the Arsenal, 0.31 for PSG. Right, starting lineup. This was our starting lineup. Yes, it's all new graphics again. We had Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Rice, Trossard, Saka was the captain, Martinelli and Havertz. So when you saw that team, Bren, were you happy?
Yes. I actually thought that Raheem Sterling was going to start in place of Martinelli. Nothing to do with Martinelli's form, I think, last 3 games. Since the City game, his performances have improved. And the goals will come. The goals will come if he continues in that rich vein form. Touch wood, hopefully he doesn't get injured. And I basically thought Sterling was going to come in mainly because I thought, well, you got to give him some more minutes. Also, I feel like Havertz changes his career around with us. I feel Raheem will do the same. Yeah. And I was looking. I thought, well, I know Sterling's not won the Champions League, but I know he's played many games with City. I think and he knows what those Champions League nights are all about. And that's why I thought he was going to start. I wasn't disappointed that Martinelli started. Don't get me wrong, but then I thought we was going to see Martinelli in the second half. But no, I was when I looked at the back five, I thought, that's a back five for me. I would have said the same thing if it had been Ben White instead of Timber,
Yeah.
Or left back Calafiori on the bench, either way. If we'd have seen now I can't even say his name. If we'd have seen him at left back, I'd have been like, oh my god, I think we're in trouble. So no, I was really happy with the midfield as well, and the front three, and everyone put in a shift last night. No complaints.
They really did. Yeah, they did. They did really well last night. I was very happy with them. Right, so let's get on to the ratings. We'll start with Rhea.
Oh, this guy! It's like he's already. It's like for me, I think he's ahead in the goalkeeping of the year already. I know it's only October. I thought for me, he gets a solid 8 yesterday when called upon. He's just been so. I don't know. It's like he's a very intimidating keeper, isn't he? You know what I mean? I'd have to give him an 8.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, Timber came off at half time, but I still feel we should give him full marks for whatever you choose. But
gosh, yeah. Well, it's for me, from what I saw on that, I was enjoying watching him for that entire first half, and his link-up play is overlapping with Saka. He gets an 8 for me. I thought it was brilliant.
No, I agree. Saliba,
8 for me as well. Solid performance. I'm not going to say anything more because we know he's a top centre half.
He is, yeah. Gabriel,
he gets 9. I was impressed with Saliba's defending last night, but Gabriel, there was just something more about him yesterday in his defending, and the way he was encouraging the crowd as well. I thought he was rock solid. For me, right now, he's my favourite centre half right now.
Yeah. He was mine last season, and he still is this season. I think admittedly, there is definitely a brilliant between Saliba and Gabriel, but Gabriel still just pips it just that little bit for me. I was the same with Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Martin Keown. Always had my favourite, but it did change sometimes. Sometimes it was actually Steve Bold, and sometimes it was Martin Keown, but most of the time it was Tony Adams. It is what it is. So we'll move on to Calafiori.
Well, on the left-hand side, there was some times where he looked like he was. You know what I liked about him? What he does is it's his recovery. I'm sure it was it Hakimi that went past him yesterday?
Yeah,
on the left, and he recovered well for a corner.
Yeah.
And I only saw there was like a couple of times he was beaten, but it wasn't anything to worry about. And then I thought, and I'm going to give him because I thought he performed better in the second half at right back.
Yeah.
To show his versatility, he gets an 8 from me.
No, I agree. The thing is, like, right back is actually not. I wouldn't say it's his top 2 positions comfortable. No. He is comfortable left centre back, left back. Right back is obviously a different role. Being a full back, I do definitely know how different that is. And I thought he did it very well. He definitely deserves his plaudits. Thomas Partey.
Wow. 8 for me last night. That was I thought that performance topped the City performance. I thought he was solid last night in everything. In terms of breaking up, winning the ball back, breaking up the PSG attacks and that, and I actually thought he did get a touch it, but then when I looked at it again, I thought, he played well last night, and and Rice partnership, it's for me, it's blossoming.
It is. It is. Right, we'll move on to Declan.
Oh, all action man performance as well. I thought he was immense last night when I look at him, and for me, he gets. I think he gets a solid 8.
No, I
Again, he
agree.
was impressive.
Yeah, like we said it before the stream. No one's going to get any bad marks on this one because they all put a shift in. You know, it's
Yeah,
proper,
and that's the
proper hard
thing.
work.
And like you said, PB Rice only there was only one thing he did wrong yesterday with that left-footed play, trying to play a left-footed pass to Saka. But
Yeah.
other than that, he did nothing wrong.
No, not at all.
Nothing wrong.
Trossard. I've seen Chris's comment regarding this, but I'll be honest. Because of the way that Arteta's changed the system a little bit, where it's a double pivot with Declan and Thomas, Trossard's got more freedom. So currently, it seems to be he's excelling in that position. Obviously, it's going to be different when someone comes back. But currently he's not here, and I'll be honest, I'm still not missing him. But no, Trossard did really well last night. But what about you, mate?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, we love this guy, don't we? And when he's on it, he can be at times so unplayable, you know. And for me, not just with the assist. Anything else for me, I have to give him either an 8 or 9 because I was impressed with him last night. I really was. You know what? It was against the top side. Played well, not just for the assist. I mean, his assist was brilliant, by the way. Never stopped running. I'm going to give him a 9. It may surprise a few people, but Trossard gets a 9 from me.
Mate, I thought he was great last night. That's the Trossard that, I love. Obviously, I watched him a lot at Brighton. I watched him a lot in Belgium as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really, really good last night. I was very impressed with him. We'll move on to Saka.
People can moan about this if they want, but his performance last night, for me, even if he didn't score last night, warrants a 9. And it's not just in his attacking; it's also with what he does defensively as well. He's getting better and better with that as well. Whenever when he's like helping to protect the back line, and it just goes to show you how well he's doing. Considering there's at times where you'd see 2 or 3 trying to deal with it. And Luis Enrique knew he was a threat last night. And he's. I was very impressed with him. Very impressed.
Yeah, I agree. He was absolutely
led by
fantastic.
example.
Yeah, he was really good last night. He was up against, or who was it? Nuno Mendes, who again is a very good left back for people that don't know much about PSG. Nuno Mendes is, someone that most top teams have always looked at. Probably one of the best left backs in the world again. And Saka did really well. Yeah. Martinelli. What about him?
Yeah, he played well last night. I mean, there was some chances that there was that one chance in particular that couldn't fault him on his weaker foot. I know they say he did well. He did it. The target, his keeper made a save, but for me, he gets an 8. He's getting back to his best for me, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of fans out there. Oh no, he's finished with, he's done with, and upgrade this and upgrade that. You can see there's still a player in there, and people forget he's very young.
Yeah,
I would actually look at it. I would start him on Saturday against Southampton, and if he starts, I'll tell you what. I've said it now. I feel 2 goals and assists coming.
Yeah.
On.
See, my fear is the goalkeeping factor. We all know what happens when we sell a goalkeeper. We all know. He makes his debut against us. Yeah. He has a worldie.
He gets a very solid 8 me.
Nah, fair enough. Okay, here we go. King Kai.
I'm back.
What about Kai for you, mate?
9.
Oh, yeah.
9.
Easy, innit? Yeah.
So, I need to nickname him Smudger. Even though he hasn't got a surname, I might as well call him Kai Havertz Smith.
Yeah.
That's his name. He was brilliant last night in terms of he fought for every ball, wanted every ball. He wanted that goal so badly. That's what we as Arsenal fans, that's what we want from our players. Give it your all. Show that hunger,
Yep.
If you're gonna show that hunger every time and you don't score, and you're showing that hunger every time you're playing well, can't fault you. You at all.
No, you can't. You can't. Again, I have to. I'm not picking on people that have said this about PSG, but he was up against Marquinhos and Paco.
Yeah.
Now, Marquinhos is probably one of the best centre backs in the world, because I guarantee you will not get him for less than 150 million quid if you want to try and buy him. And Paco is one of the highest regarded South American centre backs there is in the world. He was being scouted by so many clubs across Europe, and obviously PSG have got the money to get him. So, he did a great job against them because I'll be honest, their defence, brilliant as they are, we caused them problems in the first half. And obviously, second half, we changed the style of play that we wanted, let them allow them to do what they need to do. But King, Kai, absolute fantastic last night, I have to be honest. Right, let's get into the comments before we get into the subs. Let's see where we got to. So we're on a pickle. Could look at free agent market at the moment. We all said wait till January last season. Be careful what you wish for. We are on a relegation battle. You are at the moment, aren't you? Whilst you're down there, you're in it. Did say he was wrong appointment, but people were throwing pitchforks at me. No, I remember you saying it, and I agreed with you because I think it's the wrong one as well. Owner's aim for was still promotion with new man in charge. So if we don't achieve that, I then not expect him to be sacked then. Yep, agree. When I saw that lineup, I was thinking that's Bobby not happy with Trossard in number 10. It is normally, but we have changed the style of play and the way that we set up. So at the moment, whilst we haven't got Martin Odegaard, we are playing a different style of football. And I'll be honest, it kind of suits us. But yeah, I was quite happy with Trossard last night, if I'm honest. Sam Lavelle has been one of our positives in Williamson's 3 games. Show how mad this world is. That's football for you. I'm on my way to Liverpool versus Bologna game. Slot first home game in Europe. Hopefully, atmosphere is good because a lot of atmosphere has been poor. Yes,
it'll be good there.
It is a major problem, and it's a talking point that a lot of the clubs are discussing at the moment because it is weird that atmospheres at home. We all know about the City phenomenon, but that's a whole different situation. But when it comes to Liverpool, Old Trafford, I was going to say Highbury, the Emirates, Stamford Bridge, they're all in discussions regarding atmospheres at home at the moment. They're not as how they should be, and they're trying to work out what it is. The disc jockey Simon Jordan saying Liverpool not been tested yet. Well, couldn't break down Forest. That's a start. Do I need to go on? Simon lost his head after Eddie Hearn schooled him. Yeah, I've got no time for that dude anyway. There's one more as well. Simon moves goalposts on everything. He's clueless. Used to like him, but you think everything he says is fact. Yeah, well, this is the problem. A lot of people listen to certain channels or certain radio podcasts or certain TV shows, and they think that's gospel. Oh, no, no, no. Because I had someone the other day going, "Oh, you never got anything right regarding the whole summer window." No, I didn't get Van Domselaar right. I didn't get Cal Dente right. I didn't get Calafiori right. I didn't get Reno right. I do apologise. I didn't get any of those right. I do apologise. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got them all right. They all signed for us. But, we'll forget about those.
Yeah.
We'll forget
You
about
see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Bob. You know what I mean? Because, it's like, well, Chris would know this from other channels as well, not just Arsenal, but you get those out there that believe something, and it's like when they on other channels, and then then it's a case of, but I can't believe it, but they said it, and I'm thinking, well, no, you've got to go, you've got to, when it comes to sources, you cannot just go on any channel and just assume, or a Transfer Daily channel, just assume this person coming, that. I'm thinking, no, come on, surely something's not up. Because it's not always the case, is it? I mean, I've heard. I mean, even newspapers are just as bad. Look how many times over the years when we've heard like, oh, certain players coming to Arsenal, we're like, nowhere near.
Yeah. No,
there's been nothing's come out of the Emirates, but so yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It's
mate.
like
you were spot on.
When they've been literally talking about Wirtz in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you've heard those links.
Yeah.
I'm literally staying quiet about it because from everything that I know, and obviously I have contacts in Europe, not just England as well. As far as I'm aware, Wirtz is going to Germany and staying in Germany. He's going to Munich. So I don't know where that's coming from. I'll be honest. Exactly. And also, it doesn't make any sense for us to sign Wirtz because we got no space for Wirtz at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'll be honest, he will take Odegaard's role. For the love of Odegaard, I guarantee Wirtz won't be coming at this point. It might change. We don't know because obviously if someone's going to get sold, that might be the problem. But as for January, at the moment, I don't see much happening at the moment because as long as we are careful and are lucky with injuries, we should be okay, if I'm honest. But we'll wait and see. Obviously, don't need to talk about that until November, December time. But at the moment, nothing really is happening, if I'm honest. Atmospheres are poor because either of timing with games or certain fans in attendance, and they only supported them since they were winning. What was it the other day? Someone sent me something the other day. It was a bit more of a security risk. It was like a question mark. Is this safe? And I said, not really. There was a group of foreign fans that come over to our country. They came over, I think it was 2 days before. They managed to go into another game the night before the game that they were coming to watch. I'm like, how did they manage to do that? This was a group of, I think it was about 200 people who supported this specific team, went to watch another team in the local area, a big team as well. And they were all in there. And I was like, how did they get tickets? How the hell did they get tickets? Because all Arsenal fans are desperate to get tickets. I can guarantee every single podcaster that are genuine podcasters want to go to the Arsenal game. I would definitely love to go. Yeah. I've always explained social anxiety for me is just a big no-go for Arsenal. But I guarantee every Arsenal fan would love to go to Arsenal. We know Albert.
100%.
Albert that is obviously a friend of G that is part of us as well. He goes to games when he can. And I guarantee, because obviously he does watch-alongs and stuff, but I guarantee if he's going to choose a watch-along or go into the game, he's going to the game. And I'll be honest, if I was in that position, I'd be the same. I'd say, screw watch-alongs, people. I'm going to the game. I'm sorry. I love you all, but I'm going to the game. For the start, I'm sorry. I don't know. There's no other way of putting it. But it's a bit weird at the moment. I have to be honest. These 200 people went to a Premier League game. I couldn't believe it. Absolute madness. Something's not quite right. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no common sense, unfortunately, in this world. I'll leave that there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, mate. But yeah, so we've rated all those. Brilliant stuff. Right. Give your second half performance. What did you make of it?
Solid 7. Didn't think he did anything wrong.
No, it didn't.
I was impressed with him. He's what I put in the chat yesterday. He's a good squad player.
Yes, he is. He is.
You know, I'm glad he's still at the club.
Yeah, I don't think it's a long-term thing, but whilst he's here, he's definitely performing, and I'm happy with that. So, but yeah, I think long-term, I think he will want to, and rightly, rightly, he should be having a first-team place because he is very good, but he's not going to get that at Arsenal. So, if he needs to do that, then fair dues. As long as we get good money for him, yeah, I'll move on.
Not a bad international player either.
No, he's not. We'll move on to Mr. Debut Man. Mikel Merino came on to make his debut finally. What did you make of his debut?
6. And I'm not. It's not a dig at him. I thought at the time he struggled to get in the game when he came on. It was his first in an Arsenal shirt, and if he starts on Saturday, I think he'd be all right against Southampton. I mean, and he's a class player. You just have to get used to the way he's playing, and he's just come back from an injury. So, yeah.
This is not me having a go at Mikel Merino, by the way. This is me having a go at Arteta. I think this was stupid. I honestly do think this was stupid.
Yeah.
This was pointless. There was nothing wrong with Thomas Partey at all.
No.
If anything, this could bite us back on the butt because if Spain call him up, which they can do now for internationals, we're screwed because he'll be going on for international break. I would have kept him and just gone, oh, no, he's still poorly. Because when you've got...
play the game, innit?
Yeah, when you've had someone out for such a long time and international teams coming for you and they go, okay, can we call this guy up? Then you go, no, he's still not fit. If he's been out for such a long time, which Mikel has, they'll go, oh, okay, there's no need to prove it. But now what Arteta's now done has put him back in the shelf. Look, here he is. He's fit now. And I'm like, why? You should have just kept it well hidden that he's fit. He is not 100% fit, by the way. I think the number I was given was over 85% fit. So that's decent, but not perfect. But yeah, it's just stupid. I hope he doesn't get called up by Spain now. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's Arteta's fault if that happens. I'll be honest. Jesus came on for Trossard. What did you make of Jesus?
He was full of running, full of energy. Gets 6 from me.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. It was. I thought that. To be honest, I thought the game was already won at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's. I would start Jesus against Southampton on Saturday.
Yeah. For some reason, I had the Bills theme music going in my head there. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm used to your background noise, but for some reason in my head today, I had the Bill.
I know. I'm telling you, that's London for you. You know what I mean? Monday you'll hear sirens like that. You'll hear ambulance. Tuesday you may occasionally hear the London Fire Brigade.
I'll be honest. I live in Wolverhampton. It's not much better. I'll be honest. Constantly we have the chopper as well. Constantly. It's not fun. It's really not fun.
Oh, we also get royal family passing through here as well sometimes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Finally, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Obviously being trusty, which is fantastic because the last thing you want to do in the 92nd minute is bring on someone who's going to concede a goal. Obviously, Arteta doesn't feel that will happen. So he brings him on. So I'm so happy for him. I really am. Obviously, he's Islington boy.
So am I.
Yeah, I think Miles will be definitely one of the ones that a lot of the fans will fall in love with very, very quickly, very hard, because he is an Islington boy. But I'm just so happy he's part of the squad now.
Same.
I did say, but people again, I got it so wrong for people, everyone that wants to have a pop at me. But I did say Lewis Skelly will be taking Al Nenny's position within the squad. But again, I was wrong. I was so wrong. But yeah, it's getting minutes, just as I said he was. Because
this is it. And yeah, exactly. And I remember when you said that, you were spot on.
But you know, I'm so what's this? No 5 ratings.
Well, you know what? Sorry. Just to say quickly, BB. I mean, I'll tell you what. Arteta must have heard us, because how long? It's been almost 2 years. We've been screaming out for youngsters, and we've both of us have always said we've never ever criticised manager for giving youth a chance, regardless of the result on the day.
100%.
I've never done that. Never ever. No. And also what I didn't like with some fans, there were some fans who would talk to me, even some at work or whatever, be like, well, Arteta's right in not playing youngsters. He don't want to play youngsters, then that's fine, because if he's not going to play them, then I don't want them either, and all of that. And I'm like, and then but now the goalpost has changed, because Arteta is bringing in youngsters. It's like, well, a minute, Arteta.
It's the wonders of Brenny's internet.
It really it just grinds my gears. That does.
No, I obviously really your internet was having a really good fight there with you, but I got the gist of what you were trying to say.
It was, yeah.
I got the gist of what you're saying. But
I don't know. I think exactly. Yeah, my broadband obviously doesn't want me to talk about youngsters.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, one of the group that is within us is Canners, and he's one of those that says Arteta should just trust him when he feels that he should trust him. Well, Canners now works for Sky, so I'm wondering whether or not he's trying to hack do something to your broadband, mate.
Yeah, he's saying for it. I mean, oh wow, jeez, you know what I mean? Gosh. I only saw him the other week. He could have said, well, listen, man, I'm going to sabotage you, all right?
Yeah. No, but Canners, we love you really, mate.
Bless him. He's my brother, man.
No, but seriously, when it comes to the way that we don't have to agree with Arteta on everything. I didn't agree with George Graham. I didn't agree with Wenger on everything.
Yeah, likewise.
It's not a following. We are all supporters. It's simple as that. It's madness. The Bills are after. I think it's because Brenny's literally outside a police station where he lives. So it's constant. Bobby says anything he's got right months ago, he gets criticised and hate for it. Such a weird world like me. Yeah, exactly, mate. I'm just starting to block certain people from my life, because it's like you forget all the stuff I got right. Yes, I don't get everything right, but I'm not someone that goes out there and just does it just for like. There's certain channels on the internet that just speak so much garbage, and they'll get 1% right.
Exactly, and
then they'll get all credit for it, and I'm like. Yeah. Really? You got one thing right out of 100? Well done. Yay.
Yeah. Exactly. Chris, I hate that, man. I hate it when people come and attack Bobby and that. I'm always defending him, and I hate that. I really do. Because as we know, it's a case of what we tell you, he's not telling you that person's coming in for sure, but he'd let you know, he'd say, well, Arsenal have made a bid for this person, or we're interested in this person. But it's just a case of, but then it could, talks could break down.
Yeah, And they do. Jesus.
Yeah. So
There was what was the biggest one in the summer that broke down? I can't remember what it was now. There was a couple with Marseille, wasn't there? There was
yeah.
a guy signing from Dortmund was meant to be signing for Marseille. Miyoko, I think his name was, and he's ended up going to some other club. But that was all signed, sealed, delivered. But it all broke down at the last minute because they do nowadays. There is so much behind the scenes that people don't understand now, and it is really confusing. For a football fan, I do get it. It's really annoying, but there's so much behind the scenes now that is ridiculous that has to happen. And if those things don't fall into place, it all breaks down. Like with Calafiori, that took, I think Chris said, because I remember Chris saying it was like 5 weeks after I announced it, it took us to sign him because a lot of stuff had to happen. Mikel Merino, that took so long because a club that he was once at, I think like 10 years ago, had to have 2% of the fee. So you can imagine all the different paperwork that has to be done, and then all the legal teams that have to get involved for a team that he's not played for 10 years. It's honestly, nowadays transfers are so complicated. It's ridiculous. It's nothing like FIFA, people. Absolutely nothing like FIFA. Say anything right, you get stick. Say anything wrong, you get exactly, mate. I only got F1 news wrong, which was Sargent replacement at Williams. At least 3 minutes exactly. If things go wrong, like I said, the only way that we would have spent that amount of money this summer was if we sold Jesus, we sold Partey, and we sold a couple of others. We didn't sell any of those, so we didn't spend a lot of money. It's as simple as that. It wasn't very difficult. So, but hey ho. Regarding Jesus, actually, because obviously I've been hearing some things regarding Jesus at the moment. He could possibly be heading back to Brazil in the next 2 seasons, which is going to be interesting. Because I don't know if anyone's been following Brazil at the moment, but they've been signing some very interesting players. I think they got Memphis Depay, didn't they? They got a young English lad. He went over there. Another European talent went over there. So they're starting to try and build some quality over there instead of just doing what they trust in their own, their own little circle. They're actually buying into the European market, which is interesting. I think it's Palmeiras, the team that we're looking that are considering the future. But it's one to watch out for. I think it will suit both parties, to be honest, if we were to let him go back to Brazil and then we have some kind of negotiation where we get one of their targets. So we're quite happy with that. Hamilton Ferrari, my best one of the lot. I said it before all experts did. People were like, it's just prediction, which it was at that time, but I said retirement pension. You did, mate. I remember doing a watch on when you said it to me, and I was like, it can't happen. Maybe in my own head, I didn't want it to happen due to the fact I actually like Hamilton and I can't stand Ferrari. So the two combined makes me feel sick. I won't be supporting Lewis when he goes there. That's all I'm going to say. Right, final person to mark.
I think I'll have to.
Mikel.
I think you know why.
Yes, I do, mate.
No,
what are we going to rate Mikel?
He gets a 9. He gets a 9. I would have given him a 10 if we'd scored more goals. But I thought it was a great. No, because I'll tell you what, he did nothing wrong yesterday. Absolutely nothing wrong. And that was just my thing, because I thought the only negative is it's a minor. There were times where I thought PSG had to come out. They came out more obviously in the second half to try and get back into the game. And there were times where I thought, right, this is now where we're going to hit them on the counter, and then we'd sometimes just play the ball back. We're going forward, and then all of a sudden, we're playing it back to the fullback or whatever. And I'm like, so I just thought more games. He picked a really good 11. Solid at the back, solid performance. Everyone put in a shift, but yeah, my only objective was just, you know, more goals, and just at times when teams are trying to get back to the game, just hit them on the counter attack and just get that third goal and see you later.
Yeah, no, I agree. Probably don't like Lewis Hamilton win at Ferrari. I don't. It's more to do with the hatred of Ferrari. I can't stand Ferrari. I've never liked Ferrari. So anyone that drives for him, I just can't like. So it's going to have to happen. I can't change that. It's like someone telling me to support Tottenham. It ain't going to happen. So yeah, it's simple as that.
Yeah,
that's how much my hatred is, honestly.
Bobby, can I just say something quickly? Chris. With regards to, well, it's not regards to Lewis Hamilton, but a few years ago, the theatre play production Hamilton, when it first came out, I didn't even know anything about it at the time. I thought it was about Lewis's life. And when I realised it wasn't, I was like, hey then. Seriously, that's what it was about. I thought it was about his life. And then it was something else. And I think there was something else that was on Disney Plus. So I thought, I'm not watching this. It looks like garbage. I'm not watching this. I thought, wow,
God.
it was really good, but hey. It's so true though.
Oh my God.
Seriously, thought it was about his life.
Oh, love it. Oh, jeez. Right. On some positive news, I've obviously heard about this. Michael Schumacher was in attendance at his eldest daughter's wedding this week. Great to see. He also will be at Mick's. I think Mick's getting married as well very soon as well. So he will be in attendance for the next family gathering. As far as I'm aware, there's going to be 0 pictures, and I think all the media have been told, even if you're given a photo, please do not show it. But yeah, it's great to see that he's mobile. I was never the greatest fan of him, but obviously no one wants anyone to be in pain, anything like that. So it's good to see he's.
Neither was I.
Yeah, but yeah. Right, Bren, we are going to be back on Friday, yes?
Oh, yes, I'll be back.
Excellent stuff. But Brenny, thank you very much for coming on. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me always on here on the Armory TV. Please like, share, subscribe. And you could also find me on X. And I have been doing quite a few bits as well on Threads, the Instagram Threads. That's pretty good. So I'll be doing some past Arsenal versus Southampton highlights. So whet your appetites for them. I'd be very surprised if you'd see a Southampton defeat amongst that. But so check it out.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, I thought this as well, Chris. I'll be honest. Brenny took his time answering that question back on Friday. Yeah, he did take his time, didn't he? I think what he's doing, he's preparing himself for the challenge because obviously it's Southampton. So the return of the challenge with Brenny will be back on Friday. So that'll be
fun. Yeah. So that'll be a classic one. So I'll have Matt Letizia in the team, James Beattie, Ken Moncal. You know what I mean? Mick Mills.
All I will say, Brenny, is obviously the end of the month we're playing Preston, aren't we? In the Carabao, that will have to be a history. Oh yeah, that will be a history one. Yeah. So start studying for the Preston game. But no, there won't be any retro ones for a while. But the Bolton one was fantastic. It was so stupidly hard because the Arsenal team was awful. I know. Yeah. I still didn't do that. Yeah. Oh, you have to watch it, mate, because honestly, the Arsenal team was absolute shite. It was shite. The fact that we had Park up front tells you everything.
Oh dear.
We had Nico Yanares. I don't know if anyone remembers him.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, that was the type of team that we had. It was awful.
He used to play for Brentford.
Yes, Brentford player.
Yeah.
Big up to Satvik who watched. Yeah, big up to the 140 people who've been watching. We have had brilliant numbers for this, 140. So thank you very much, Matt Letitia. Definitely in there. If we do a retro at some point, we will. Yeah, but I'll save those for the cup games. I think whilst we do the Premier League, we'll stick with the normal ones at the moment because they're quite fun. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. I will be back on Friday with Brenny to do the Southampton preview. Obviously, no watch along again, but as far as I'm aware, I should be doing the WSL on Sunday. I think we're playing Everton. I think, but yeah, I should hopefully be doing that. And for people that don't know how to watch it, literally, it's on YouTube now. So you don't have to sign up to anything. You just literally watch it on YouTube. But I will be watching it and I'll be doing it as a watch along as well. Guys, going to appreciate it. I'm out of here. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Bye-bye.
Take care.